going on YouTube? It's your boy Nitro Son Low Key Productions. Today we have a little different video. We're going to be interviewing a server. Introduce yourself. My wife.
Carly Morissette.
Yes. Today I have a bunch of questions that I think the world should know. Maybe they don't know, maybe they do. I've been serving for 20 plus years. How long have you been serving for, babe?
Over 10, almost 14.
And bartending
Yeah.
just as long. Yeah. So these are some questions that I was wondering myself if anyone out there knew. So I wrote them down. We're going to go over them today.
And if not, you can have the knowledge.
Exactly.
You know.
Some people might not know, but then again, some people might know more than us.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
it's our opinion.
This is strictly our opinions. We're not affiliated with anybody but ourselves.
Yeah.
So,
Every restaurant is different.
so people might want to know: do we get vacations?
You have the possibility to get vacation, but you have to, at our job, work a minimum of 32 hours. I think it's for like 6 months, and then you can get like 30 to 40 hours.
You can get a week off or time that you accumulate, but you'd end up losing money because you only get minimum wage for those hours. So
yeah, in the long run, it's nice if you want to take the week off
you
and
just
get
end
paid
up,
a little bit.
You just end up losing money, I
Yeah.
feel like, when you take a vacation as a server.
For sure.
And how much do we make per hour? I know we were supposed to look this up.
I know. It's around $5.60.
Five.
They just raised it a little bit, but
So we get $5.60 an hour
Yeah.
plus tips.
yeah.
And no one knows what those will be that night.
No.
Do we tip out what is tip out and how does it even work for the people that don't know?
Yeah, so we tip out 3% of our sales. So
Of your total sales.
Of total sales, yeah.
Okay.
So if you have $1,000 in sales, you're going to tip out 2.1 to the hosts and then 0.9 to the bartenders.
Yeah, so it could be if you have $1,000 in sales, that's $30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even think about it like that.
Yeah. So now what happens if someone doesn't pay their check and they walk out? What happens to that server?
Well, we have to. I'm pretty sure they'll comp it off, but then you're still tipping out on that, and
So you have to tip out even after the meal is voided or comped.
yeah. So we're still tipping out on that. But I think the first time, they let it go, and if it happens again, you're getting a write-up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know, I don't remember, but it hasn't happened often, but they'll almost make you pay for it.
Yeah, I've never had to in 20
Yeah.
years, but it could happen depending on where you work.
Yeah.
Now, if there's a problem with a meal and it's not the server's fault, like a steak being overcooked or something, does it get taken out on you, and does it reflect your tip? You feel like I've had it happen to me.
I think it can. Of course, there are people who are understanding and know that you're not cooking it, but there are people who get upset and they blame you, and then they take it out on you.
This is bullshit.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, I'm just the middleman between the host and the cook.
You're the middle woman.
Middle woman.
Yeah.
But after we ring it in, it's really out of our hands.
All right, so should people tip on the original bill or after the discount?
Original, 100%.
Okay. Yeah,
Do not.
Some people out there, though, they do tip on the discounted bill, but...
Or, have you ever had somebody so they have a gift card and their bill is like $100. They have a gift card for 50, and then they put 50 on their credit card, and then they'll tip you on the 50?
Yeah, that's happened. I've also had people that try to leave me their gift card for what they think is $100, and it's only a $50 gift card, or they've already used 50.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, and they just leave.
And they leave.
And then there's $50 that
I've
had
to
to
pay for. Mm-hmm.
I had to pay one
Yeah.
time $50 because someone thought it was $100. They left. Maybe I was taking an order at another table, and they left. So I had to pay that $50. I remember that night.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay, so that brings me to, let me see, my next question. How many coupons should someone be able to use on their check?
To me, I would say a max of 2. Wouldn't accept any more than that. But at
But
our
some
restaurant, it's
computers-
only 1.
Some computers don't even let you put into
No,
coupons.
ours definitely don't. It's 1 and that's it.
And it says coupon applied to this check already. Blah,
Yeah,
blah,
like
blah.
prints a little paper out and says,
If there's separate checks on one table, then yeah, I feel like you should be able to use.
yeah.
But some coupons say 1 per table.
Yeah, those are our bonus cards that we have right now. They say 1 per table. So if you have a group of 4, 2 and 2, they can technically only use 1.
Have you ever had someone tell you they don't tip?
I haven't. Have you?
Yes.
I've never had anybody say that.
They say, just so you know, we don't tip.
Maybe as a joke.
No.
Oh, man. Well, I would laugh
No, I mean.
and be like, well, am not going to serve you. We work off of tips. This is how we make our living. So
Now, what a big question that a lot of people. What if someone doesn't sign their credit card slip, or they do the math wrong? What happens?
okay, if they don't
I've had the math done wrong a lot.
all the time,
And I've had
just
peop-
bring out your calculator. That's all you got to do.
I mean, it's easy. Like 10% is move the decimal over,
Yeah, once.
and then 20 is just double that. So if it's $100, $10, 10%. But understand that, like we were just saying earlier, if the check is 100 and someone leaves 10, you're not getting the $10. You're only getting the 7 because of your 3%
Yeah.
tip out. And some places, tip out is crazy more than 3%.
Yeah, we've worked at it was that mom and pop shop, but it was what was it? 25% of the money you made.
Of your 25% of your tips.
Yeah, so it wasn't even your sales. So let's, like a good table or a table tipped you good, you're you're giving 25% of that away.
Yeah, that
It's
was
crazy.
at that place.
Yeah. But
So-
it's not, and the same thing, like I had a table.
In some places, they pool their tips too.
Oh, yeah. That wouldn't be so bad if everybody did their job and everybody helped everybody out and had teamwork. But,
Some
if you
places
have, like, I don't know, Susie over there who's not doing anything and not really helping, and then you still have to share your tips with her, I don't agree with that.
No, I know. It should be based on the server everywhere, but
Yeah, but I had a table, their bill was like $92 and they left $88 cash on the table. And so I had to tip out on that, lost money, and then I lost money because you didn't have enough money to pay your bill. And you
Yeah.
just left. Cool.
oh yeah.
Love that. Blows my mind. I don't
And
understand.
then if people do the math wrong, you have to at my
Oh, yeah.
place, you have to do the less
in the
of
guest's
two.
favor, yeah. So if
So if
don't
it's
even know.
$100 and they leave,
like let's say
20.
yeah.
they write 20, but they only put 110, you only get the $10.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then if they don't sign it, we didn't go over that, but if they don't sign it, it's vetoed. Like
Yeah, for sure.
you get nothing because they could come back and say, "Well, I didn't sign the slip," and they took my money.
Yeah, I mean, I just had a situation the other day. A guy wrote a certain amount, and it was like 10%. And he's, oh, great, everything was great, blah, blah, blah. Well, he came back later and handed me cash because he's like, oh, man, I feel like I stiffed you.
Oh.
I was like, no, it was straight. Like,
Well, that's
I think it
cool.
was
Yeah.
16 on 130.
That was on the credit card.
That was the credit card tip, 16 on
yeah.
130. So that's why he came back later. I appreciate it. I was like, oh, thanks, man.
Yeah. And there are people who I've had, like, or they take both slips and they end up like faxing it over. But I don't know if we can ever get that money back because they've already closed out for the night.
Yeah.
But I've had people come back and give me cash. Not very often, but
No, if how does can a guest request you next time? How does that work?
yeah.
Because a lot of guests were like, I didn't know I could ask for you.
I know. I don't understand.
Or if there's a table in the section. Like, it doesn't matter if there's a table in the section or not. You can take the table anywhere.
yeah. So
And they'll take care of you.
yeah, at our job, we have these little cards. Well, now because he brought them up, but it says like your angler, and then you can put your name, say, hey, I work these days, blah blah blah. Ask for me. But there are situations where people are like, I didn't know that I could ask for you. Yeah, just feel
Yeah,
free.
for sure.
Ask. And if, like, some of the hosts, they don't understand. Like, if our tables are all taken in our section, we'll pick it up outside of our section. And then if it's in somebody else's section, we'll just owe them a table.
Well, have you ever had anyone say to you, "This drink is weak"?
Yeah, definitely.
So what do you do?
I'll remake it. And then just ask them, like, hey.
Before you tell them, hey, I can do one with a rocks charge.
Yeah.
Which would give you more alcohol, but you'll also pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, that's, do you want a double? Or a rocks pour? But we go by counts as a bartender. We go by counts.
Some places use jiggers, which is the little measuring, measuring cups.
But you can't. It's not going to be the same as if you're making it at home, because you have your own bottles at home. You don't have to worry about costs and, losing money. But we can't. We have certain amounts, and technically one drink shouldn't have more than 2 ounces. That's Florida law.
Oh yeah. So. And who gets in trouble if you overserve somebody?
We do. And the restaurant.
If they hurt somebody.
Yeah. So if they, like, let's say they get drunk at our restaurant, they leave. Now this is just in Florida. I don't know about other states, but if they leave, get in an accident, hurt somebody, like, us as whoever served them will get in trouble. I think fined almost up to $10,000.
And jail time, right?
And jail time, yeah, it could be. And then the restaurant will get fined as well. Yeah. So just don't overserve people.
Yeah, for sure.
We take classes yearly to refresh our certifications for, I don't know what it's called. Like alcohol class.
Yeah.
About what not to do.
Yeah, it's like an alcohol course.
Yeah.
What happens if you ID someone and they don't have their ID?
I can't serve you.
And who gets mad about that?
They do. And I get it. Like, but it comes down to, this is our job and this is how we make our money, and we can get in a lot of trouble if, like, you're undercover and you don't have your ID and / I don't ask for it, and you're underage. Yeah, you can, same thing, like, go to jail. It actually happened to somebody that we knew.
I've had a couple people that I've asked for, and I forgot it, and I was like, but you're driving, like, shouldn't you have it anyways?
Yeah.
Like, you're supposed to be carrying your driver's license with you. But yeah, that's the thing, because if you're under 21, I'm getting in trouble.
Yeah.
And then like the establishment could lose their liquor license.
Yeah, and it's just not worth it. It's not worth the hassle in the long run. Just, I mean, if you're going, the same thing if you're going to Wawa or, any other gas station or liquor store trying to buy beer or liquor or wine, like, you have to have your ID. They're not going to sell it to you if you don't have your ID. It's the same thing with the restaurant. If you're not going to bring your ID, you're not going to get a drink. And then they say, I've had whoever, it's a family. Well, this is my mom over here. She'll vouch for me. I'm like, that doesn't work. You can't do that.
That's not a good identification.
Yeah, because, I mean, your mom could be lying too. So.
For you, to get
for
you wasted.
Yeah.
What do you do if 2 guests both say they want the checks?
Ugh, I hate that. It's such a, it gives me anxiety.
Yeah, you have people come up, take this credit card, put it in your pocket.
Or they're both literally, like, handing them to you, like, take mine, no, take mine, no, take mine. I'm like,
I'll do two things at that point. You could tell them, or you could both pay half, split it in half.
Right down the middle.
Or you pay the bill, you put the tip. Or you both pay the bill, and then I have a tip the bill.
Yeah.
I haven't had one of those yet, where a guest tips the bill. Whatever the bill is, they tip. I haven't had that.
I haven't either. So come see us.
Yeah.
No. But I just normally, like, I'll put it in the middle of the table, like, right, because normally, like, the guys sit on the outside and they want to pay.
Yeah.
So I'll just put it right in between them and, like, see whoever hits it first. Or sometimes if it's a party of 4 or whatever and they want to pay the bill, they'll come up, like, oh, I got to go to the bathroom. That's what they'll tell the table. And then they'll come find us and be like, here's my card. I want to pay. Don't let Joe pay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, all right. And then you just sneak it in there.
What's your real job?
God, this is my real job.
Karen wanted
I
to know.
hate that. I really do, because I don't go to your business and say, oh, what do you do for your job? Like, this is my job. This is how I make my living and, our living. But it works for us, and it may not work for some people. I mean, is it easy to budget? No. I mean, we can't really budget unless, no. I mean,
we have to budget, but it's just
we do,
different
but it's
because you don't
harder.
know. Yeah, because you don't know what you're going to make today, tomorrow, this week.
No, but I mean, the flexibility is there, and it's easy for us, like with kids. I work days, he works nights. And, if somebody is sick, like it's easy to get a shift picked up. Or, hey, I have a bill due tomorrow. Can I take your shift? Most people are willing, like to give it up. But it's just, it's the flexibility. That's what I like most about it. But yeah, it's my real job. This is what I do. 6 days a week. I also craft, though, by the way.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit. I'm going to ask you about that. No, I was just asking. Karen wanted to know. So.
Oh.
I'm going over my questions right here. And what's the craziest thing that you've ever seen at your job?
It was a Sunday brunch. And this couple, they used to come in all the time, and I think I was serving that day. But they were sitting at the bar, and he ended up having a seizure and like falling out of the chair. It was awful. And they've come in after that, and he never had another seizure. He was like a fluke accident, but he literally like just fell out of the chair and was just, and nobody knew how to help him. I also saw somebody choke once. Yeah.
On prime rib, right?
On prime rib.
That's wild.
Yeah, and I mean, he was like 6 foot, 6'1", and I'm 5'4". I mean, I can't help him, but his dad did, thankfully. Like, he's alive, he's well.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. What about you?
Well, somebody drove through the front of the place I work now.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he had a heart attack and ran off the road, and
ramped it.
Yeah, and ramped it right into the middle.
Oh, man.
In the building, like right through where the host stand was. It's crazy. Let me see what else I got here.
He was okay though, right?
He didn't die.
Okay, good.
She said, good. No, yeah, he didn't. I failed to mention that part. He was all right. Yeah. I'm just going over my questions here because this camera only gives me a certain amount of time here. Gotta step up my game. Anyways, what is the worst drink that you have to make? Like maybe it's the most time consuming or the hardest to make?
The most time consuming, I would say, is anything frozen, because we have literally like a little blender, like a home blender. We don't have like an Oasis machine, which those are so cool. So anything in a blender or a smoked old fashioned is really time consuming, but they're good, so I don't mind making them. I like drinking them.
Oh yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. That's what I drink.
Yeah. Or anything like muddled. Not that it bothers me, but when your ticket machine is like, ching, ching, ching. I mean, you got 10 smoked old fashions. You're like, all right, see you in 20 minutes.
Yeah. Do you think there's people out there that like take advantage of the free stuff?
Yeah. My God.
Like, there's people out there technically that I think go place to place.
For sure.
Each night. Mm-hmm. And it's my birthday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's my birthday.
Well, and that's the thing. I feel like it's like
it's just taking advantage of the system, really.
Yeah, it's like a waterfall effect of like, at night you can literally see it, like on a Friday night, like this table over here, 42, whatever, has a birthday, and then 37 over there has a birthday. 16 over there has a birthday. I'm like, what?
One night I had, no lie, like 5 birthdays.
That's crazy. I mean, maybe it's a fluke accident, but
I was like, there's no way this is.
Or also there are the people who like come in and they'll eat like half their food and they're like, oh, I don't like it. And I'm like,
you remember in that one movie where she's like, it was the mother and daughter, I think it was Gold Diggers, the movie or something.
Oh yeah.
Where she broke the glass, she's like, lunch is on me.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's awful, but I mean, there's also really good people that come in. For
sure. That's like the bad apple guess.
Yeah.
It's not all the time, but they're out there.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you're not one of them.
I know. If you
all right,
are,
so-
please change your ways.
That is all the questions that I have. We are running out of time. We got about 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you wanted to add, or you think the world should know?
Just be nice. I mean, you
Be
don't.
nice.
Oh yeah, I like that song. But like, we're humans too. We have feelings, and we're not robots. We're not servants. Yes, we are like servers, waitresses, waiters, but we're not like a servant.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. Just
Yeah.
be nice.
All right, babe. So let the people know, what are those over there?
Over here. Well, the one that I was drinking out of, this was my crafting. Facebook and Instagram, it's Marie Lynn Made. But I do all things crafty.
What do you call that one? Bling
I
blow?
Shining bright.
Like a diamond?
These are all individually placed on there, by the way. Took me a while, but I love it. And then I have this little guy. So anything like craft related, custom tumblers. I do headbands. These are all for sale, by the way, except for the sparkly one. But I can make you one.
Grab my tube in the back there. I'm going to show the...
Okay.
Well, you can show them too. But... So this is mine.
This is.
It holds regular cans. And then... This one right here. I don't even know what you call these.
I think it's like a water bottle. We don't ever use it, but just for show.
I use it sometimes. I might bring it tonight. Anyways, I thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Also, check out my wife's page, Marie Lynn Made, and get your
Custom anything.
headbands,
for real.
koozies. What else? You can make like earring holders,
Yeah.
like those heart-shaped
Yeah, like little trinket dishes, coasters.
coasters. Yeah. All that stuff. Thank you for tuning in. Peace.
Back up, then plumb it back to solid ground. Help me change my ways and turn my life around. And I promise I will not let you down, but will succeed. But thanks for having faith in me.